Stop! Police!
Oh, shit.
We have a multiple 600 in progress for most of each. Subject is 25 and appears to have shit his pants.
Get back here!
Hey, what's up? This is Community Service with Craig Conant. That's me. Hey, what's up? This is Community Service with Craig Conant, and I got my man Nate Hurd right there. Where's your goddamn microphone, dude? It's on the ground.
floor.
What's up? All right.
Off to a hot start.
Hey.
It's the first episode with video,
Video.
so we fucking doing it. And I asked my buddy Nate Hurd because I think he's the fucking funniest motherfucker. And he talks about farts and doo-doo, and I love him, and drugs and all that good shit. And, yeah, what's up? What's up, dumb? No,
Hey, shit, dude. It's all good. Don't. I would love that fucking nickname. Dude, let me tell you something. So many of my nicknames were so, like, hurtful that I would love somebody to just call me, "What's up, dummy?" Like,
Yeah.
that would be dope.
What's up, you big dummy?
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
thanks, man.
I would love, dude. Who doesn't love a big dummy?
Yeah.
Like,
I love
I-
friendly insults.
yeah, dude. Like, they're so great. And who doesn't love? Like, I love big dumb people.
Yeah.
They're so
Yeah.
much fun.
Hey, baby Huey, get over here.
Like, who doesn't like that guy?
So I hope it doesn't hurt their feelings. That's all. But
No.
you know, if it gets a big laugh and the laugh is greater than the feelings hurt, overruled.
Overruled.
Baby Huey, you fucking baby Huey, then
fucking baby
motherfucker.
Huey, man.
We don't give a shit about your feelings. That was a big laugh. But if the laugh is down here and the feelings is hurt up here, then I'm gonna go cut my knee.
I'm gonna cut myself.
I'm gonna punish myself.
Oh my god. Yeah, I've done some shit on stage that I've never deliberately tried to hurt somebody's feelings. That wasn't trying to hurt, like that wasn't attacking me. The only time I've ever been cruel on stage was when somebody was heckling me.
Yeah.
And I gave them a warning and they didn't stop. That's the only time I've ever been cruel.
I snap. I need to get better at that. Did I tell the story about the heckler where I jumped off stage and grabbed his hat and glasses and told him I was gonna shit in it?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, dude, I
you
snapped.
told me about that. What the
dude,
fuck?
it was that. It was a bar show, and it was in downtown L.A. And this motherfucker was twacked out, blacked out, fucked up, heckling. But it was like a good bar show. Like there was drunk. Bar shows are like if they're drunk and rowdy and somewhat coherent, I flourish, I thrive. And 90% of the audience was dope, and they were like, you know, I got jokes about arrested and drugs and coke, and they love that shit when you're fucked up. Anyways, this one guy wouldn't stop, and I tried everything I knew. You know, I made fun of him lightly, and it was funny. Mm-hmm. And I was proud of myself how well I dealt with it up until when I jumped off stage. Whoopsie. But I did.
I dealt with it fantastic until the cops came.
Yeah,
And then
until I got arrested. It was fantastic. So I hit him, you know, just made fun of him, wouldn't shut up. But he was so dumb and drunk that, like, I would say a premise, and he would be like, I don't get it. It's like, motherfucker, I'm not done yet. You can't question when I said it. Whatever, you know. I grew up with an alcoholic father. That's not funny. Wait.
Wait for the part that's the funny part.
Wait for 7 more fucking seconds,
It's
and I'll
not
say the
finished yet.
punchline. He just wasn't there. He wasn't coherent.
Like a person taking a piece of bread and being like, man, this ain't no cheeseburger. Wait till I give you the meat, you motherfucker.
Wait till I cook, you son of a bitch. So I went at him and made fun of him, and it was good. And then he shut up for a moment, and then he came at me again, and then I went at him a little more mean, and it's like, you know, and it still was funny. And then I went back into my act, and then he heckled me again. Like this, it took me a lot to snap.
Yeah.
And then I think I like addressed him as I was like, "Yo, what's wrong, buddy? Your dad abused you as a kid. These people are enjoying this." Like the whole crowd hated him.
Of course
you know?
they did.
And it's like, "What's up, dude? Why are you doing this?" And he just wasn't there. So, and I got mad at the host producer for not policing the room because everyone's shit-faced, but this guy is shit-faced ruining the show.
Yeah.
And he had just killed the comic before me because he wasn't as strong, and that guy just died. He just bombed, you know, the sweat, and he just it was painful to watch, and this heckler killed him. So I was already a little bit mad that if you're weak, you're weak, but you're still a comic. I got some feelings for you.
Yeah, no doubt.
And then I just go, fuck it, I'm gonna bulldoze them, and that's when you just you just steamroll and you do your bits and you do your strong ones and you talk loud and you muffle him out. And then I was doing that, and then because it was the last part of my set, and I was about to say and I was steamrolling him. I was about to say the punchline, and then he just fucking goes and he jumps in, and I just go, God damn it! I was 7 seconds from saying the punchline, getting off, done, and he ruined it. And I go, God damn it! And I jumped off stage and I grabbed his hat and his glasses. It was like one of those fucking dumb, fucking silver, like what are the hipster hats, you know? Yeah. And I grabbed his hat and his glasses off his face and head. And I get back on stage and I grab Mike. I was like, I'm gonna go shit in this motherfucker's hat. I'm Craig Conan. I'm done. And then I go to the bathroom and I fucking swear on my life, I try to shit in this dude's hat, but I didn't have no doo-doo. So I go, oh, fuck it. And I threw it in the toilet and I pissed on it. And then I go, if I go back in that room, I'm gonna fight this motherfucker. I was like, I gotta go. And then I leave, and then the producer comic dude, he texts me and calls me. He's like, yo, where's that guy's hat and glasses? I was like, it's in the toilet. I fucking pissed on it. And he's like, oh my God, you're a psycho. I was like, why don't you police the room, you fucking asshole? We still haven't been that cool ever since. I swear to God, I hold grudges. I still say hi to him, but I'm like, motherfucker, making me fucking try to shit in a man's hat. You just kick him out.
It's crazy.
And then he just said, oh, my God. And then he went to the bathroom, and there it was. And he had to grab it, but he just said he gave it back to the dude, and it was all wet. And the guy was like, why is it all wet? And he's like, you wanted it back. Fucking take it, bitch.
Don't worry about why it's back. Just know that it's your hat.
Oh, man, it was horrible. Slash amazing. Great story. But I just remember, when you're so mad and you're shaking, I was like, I'm gonna wait till he walks to his car. And I'm gonna assault him,
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna assault him. I'm gonna fucking kick his kneecap on the side and break his leg.
Gee, God damn, that is very specific.
Sorry.
It is very specific.
I'm Mexican.
I know, but I'm gonna kick his kneecap on the side. Now understand, I could do it in the front or the back, but no, on the side.
Wait for that Uber.
I want his knee to break in a very specific way.
I run hot, I'm a
good,
peaceful man now, but when I was drinking and drugging, I got in fights. I got knocked out a lot too. I'm not claiming I'm fucking.
No, everybody.
That's why I sucker punch. That's why I kick knees from the side, motherfucker.
That's why I kick knees. Hey, look, everybody says that you should never kick a man when he's down. That's literally the best time to kick him.
Oh yeah,
like look,
that's how you win.
When he's down, that's when you kick him.
You kick him in the head when he's down, and then you run.
Yeah, exactly. Run.
You don't know what he's gonna do, and you don't want to get arrested.
Dude, let me tell you something. That is why when people ask me, Nate, would you hit up dude in the balls? And I was like, yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, you don't think?
I've seen dudes like beat up somebody and then pee on them. You think that? No, I don't know what.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to fight you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what your intentions are.
You think these fingers haven't went in some eye cavities?
Dude,
I was losing.
Yeah.
I was fucking losing. I go, not losing anymore, am I?
I tried to get
my eyes.
Hey, no, man, you ain't losing no more. I will twist your cluster off.
Yeah.
I will pull your balls and take them home with me.
I was getting choked out and I was losing consciousness. And I fucking shoved some fingers in some eye sockets. And guess who went on top and slammed a man's head against the wall?
I would say you.
Damn. Woo! Yeah. Broke a cabinet. It was a wooden cabinet. It was in my own home. I got kicked out after that.
That seems like it. That seems like a whoopsie.
This is getting a little dark and violent. I'm 5 years sober. I don't do this anymore. Just don't heckle me. I'll shit in your fucking hat.
I'm not sober, but I don't do drugs or anything like that. I don't fight anymore.
Thanks for rubbing it in, Nate.
Well, no,
I'm just kidding.
Dude, I tried.
I just don't have problems.
No, I have lots of problems, but I tried. Dude, I wanted to be an alcoholic so bad.
No, don't. No,
I don't. I'm dead serious. I used to want to be an alcoholic so bad because I had so few friends that I wanted to just like belong to a group. And the problem is that I was really, really good at drinking. But I hated being drunk.
Okay.
So I was good. Like I didn't understand why I would lie about how many times I've puked. Like I've only puked once off alcohol, and that was only because I took 2 40s in 10 minutes.
Because damn, 40 hands or what? So I had the opposite problem. I was an alcoholic and belonged to a group, but because I was an alcoholic, I lost my group. They're like, you gotta go, dude.
You gotta
You
get
gouged
the fuck
Mike
outta
in the
here.
eyes. You gotta go.
You gotta go. Yeah. Oh, dude, is that out of a meeting?
What?
Did you gouge a dude?
No, it was
Oh,
in my
okay.
home. We were twacked out,
Oh, okay.
drunk.
It's all good. Nah, yeah.
I mean, life. That's life. You live, you learn. But I tell you what, when I lost my close-knit group of friends that I grew up with my whole life, and they were my homies, when I lost them, I obviously spiraled into a dark hole into narcotics for a couple years. But after that, I found the light, and I was like, I'm out.
It was literally the light of the policeman shining in my face.
Yeah, it was. Did I tell this story when I went to a friend's house? That was a house party, and it was all friends, and they opened the door and saw me, and their faces dropped and said, "You can't come in." Yeah. That was another.
That's a sobering moment.
I was
right
like,
there.
"Oh fuck, it's me."
When you're that guy.
It's me.
you-
And I just called them bitches and pussies and sniffed some Oxycontins and
I used to,
scratched my nuts. Yeah, baby,
Hell
we
yeah.
living.
I
don't need none of
I
them.
don't need none of y'all. I got the pants scratches.
I'm gonna fucking scab my nuts up.
I used to fucking think that I used to think that it was all like women's fault, because I used to be terrible at like getting girls and shit, like really bad, because my self-esteem was just so fucking low that I just wouldn't talk, and then so I saw that as me not getting them, and so I used to be like, oh, these motherfuckers don't like me because I'm albino. It's because I'm albino. It's always because I'm albino. These bitches just don't want somebody
No, it's
different.
because you ain't got no game.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Then I started talking to other black albinos, and they're like, "No, we have sex all the time." And I was like, "Oh, for real?
It's me.
Oh shit,
It's me.
It's just me. It's just me out here in these streets, not doing nothing, huh? Your vision's actually worse than mine. Still got a girlfriend. Oh, motherfucker.
He's still got a girlfriend. You're like, that's a wall.
I was like, God damn it. And then I was like, oh shit, they don't care. They just hate my personality.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I should probably
You
do
notice
something.
anybody who hates women or bashes women is because they don't know how to talk
Yeah, dude.
to women and can't get women.
Dude, let me tell you
And they
something.
hold grudges. And
Every
it's like, no, you suck.
Yeah, you're not good.
It's
Like
you.
every time somebody tells me, like the thing, every time I hear a dude say, and look, I'm not pro or anti shit. I don't give a fuck. But every time I hear a dude say something like, "Oh man, women just be lying. That's why they get about rape," and I was like, I feel like you're saying that to you. You know what I mean? Like every time, I'm never surprised. You know what I mean? I'm never surprised at who are like, oh, he's sexually assaulted. I'm never surprised at the dude.
Oh, yeah. You're like,
I'm like-
I see that.
Yeah.
I see that.
Yeah, totally. Of course.
I can see that. Yeah, but then if it's like someone like Adam Sandler being accused, it's like, I don't see that.
I don't
see
see
that
that.
at all.
I don't see that
She's
at
the
all.
liar. Oh, this guy or whoever the fuck, Louis. Oh, I see
Yeah, I
that.
totally.
I see
I
that.
totally see that. Like, so I'm never surprised, and so I'm like, women, stop giving ain't shit motherfuckers the pussy. Women should only fuck nice guys, and I know why they don't want to, because nice guys are boring and they don't have a lot of self-esteem and they don't talk and they don't have any game. I get why you
They
don't.
got little dicks.
Some of them have some of them have little squeakers. Okay, I get why you don't like women, but here's the thing that ladies don't seem to understand: we are men. What we do is dictated by women's behavior. So if women just stopped fucking everybody except nice guys, the assholes would just end up being the nice guys because that's the way to get laid.
I would agree with that statement because men will do and say anything to get laid.
Anything.
Oh, yes, I love crochet. Where do we meet? I'm there. Oh, book club. Haven't read a fucking book since 9th grade, but I love Oprah. Let's do this.
It's so true.
Guys will do anything,
anything.
for women.
We will.
It's true.
It's the women are so beautiful. I love them so much. Oh, so fucking much, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just got quiet. Like,
Yeah, I'm sorry. We-
imagining getting our dicks wet. Like, yeah.
Just thinking about it.
Oh, pussy.
Yeah.
Sweet, glorious.
I used to call it vagina.
I called it Wet McNuss. I
Good
made that up right now. I never called it that in my life.
I'm gonna call it that
I've
for the
always-
rest of the week. Okay, just know
I
that.
thought you were gonna say your life.
No,
for the
not-
rest of the 6 hours today, I'm
I
gonna.
can't for the
No, I've always called it pussy. I've never called it anything else.
Really?
I don't like it when guys call it vag. It
I
like
don't like
grosses me
vag.
out.
Vag seems like it's dirty.
Yeah, it does. Just pussy. I
Yeah,
called
just
it pussy. You get
Yeah.
some pussy? I love some pussy.
I used to call it the system.
The system? What the fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
I used to call it the rock. The fucking system.
Yeah, I used to call it the system until my brother was like, "Yo, that's creepy, fam." I was
Yeah,
like-
that's real creepy.
I
Used to call it the Matrix. I used to call it the hard drive.
I'm about to upload some steaming.
I used to call it the central nervous system.
Oh, God.
I lost it. I exhausted the
you had
bit.
it.
I should have ended
It's the
earlier.
rule of three, dude. It's
God
the rule of
damn
three.
it. You get greedy.
You get greedy.
You get the
You
rolling.
Get greedy. You can't get greedy, dude.
Rule of three. So what the fuck is up with the rule of three in comedy and having it? It is the holy grail Bible, and it's so true. You know about the rule of three?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Stop.
Well,
Yeah.
it's people have short fucking attention
Yeah.
spans.
They're like, ha, 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 ha,
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Stop it.
Yes. All right, we're done. Because I feel like 3 is the most. That's the. I mean, 'cause don't get me wrong. I've seen comedians go 4, 5, or 6 or 7, but the funniest laugh is usually on the third.
Yeah.
You need 2 to establish the pattern,
Yeah.
and then the third one's out of nowhere, and that's
the left
so it's
hook.
the
Yeah.
most efficient.
Yeah.
By the 4th one, they already know it's coming. You know what I mean? Like they're already the 4th one. You can you know what I mean? Like you're running out of shit. So I feel like the rule of 3 is fairly
What was
true.
the bomb I just did? The
was that?
central nervous
Central
system.
nervous system? Yeah.
Damn it. Give me my knife. I got to cut my knee. Call back. Woo! What?
I love those callbacks.
I love life callbacks.
I love life
Like in the
callbacks.
moment, they're my favorite.
Life callbacks.
You gotta be witty. I can't
Be
talk
witty.
and pronounce words so good, but I'm pretty good at life callbacks in the moment. I'll be slanging them.
That's because you're always in the moment, man.
You gotta be,
Gotta
man.
be in the moment.
What else is there
The next moment.
besides in my head and
Oh,
staring at the wall,
that's
which
where
is
I gotta-
also
You
where I
ever done
live
that?
half my life.
Yeah, me too. I've actually I've gone like deep and just fucking stared at the ceiling for 13 hours.
Yeah.
Just like not because I wasn't depressed or anything. I was just like
Were you on
thinking. You
acid?
know what I mean? No.
Meditation.
I mean, if you want to call it that, if that makes you feel less creepy.
Yeah, I just fucking. I feel like I'm just blank. I'm just like blank wall, blank head.
I'm just letting my brain catch back up. That's
Just gotta update.
Come on, brain. It's like a apple. Ah, damn it.
Fuck, I knew I should have wrote that down. What were we talking about comedy earlier?
What?
Where I said save it for the podcast.
Oh, the bombs. Were we talking about bombing?
No.
Uh,
Notes, man.
Notes.
Damn it.
Damn
God
it. Yeah.
Son of a
No, I-
bitch.
I-
write it down, Craig.
Write it down.
I had a pen and a paper
Dude, you
and
gotta
it's
write
blank.
it down. Do you write? Do you write things down, or do you just write them on your phone?
I used to write them down and I have mad notebooks and now I just write them on my phone.
I write them down. I used to do the same thing, but I found that number one, this is the craziest thing. I've been, and I think it's partially because I'm an old piece of shit, but also I've been forgetting more things.
Big time.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, and
Yeah,
I
it's
think
getting scary.
I think what's going on, and I was talking to my mom's about this, and she's like a shrink and shit, and she was like, a lot of younger kids and adults are forgetting more things because now we have Google, so we don't have to ever search. Like, if we're like, who is that guy who did that song? We don't have to actually think about it because we can just look it up. And so we're not actually thinking about anything anymore. And I was like, who the fuck was I was trying to think of this person, and it happened last night. I was in bed and this fucking song came on the show that I was watching. I was like, and I recognized it was a famous song. I was like, who the fuck is this? And I
William
was like,
Devon.
who?
I was just making a guess. William Devon. Be
No, it
thankful
wasn't-
for
it
what you
wasn't.
got.
It wasn't. It was a Johnny Cash song, but I couldn't remember who that was. I was like, who the fuck sings this song? And I was about to look at my phone. I was like, no, I'm gonna just fucking sit here until I fucking remember it. And finally, I remembered it, and it felt so fucking good.
Yeah, it
felt
does.
so
When
good.
you finally search and mine your
Yeah.
fucking brain, you're like, oh my God, it was central nervous system.
Yeah. It was like I was so happy. I was like, fuck yeah, no Alzheimer's. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, yeah, dude.
Yeah, no, that makes absolute sense because we just have such an instant find out society.
Yeah.
Just Google,
Dude, I
Google.
realized-
You don't need to remember shit
remember
anymore.
shit.
You can literally type in like the fucking 2 words to a song and be like song with do 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 do.
Yeah.
I don't know why I did that.
Yeah.
but- And
We don't even have to ask, and we don't even ask anybody else anymore. We just ask Google.
yeah.
And then now Google is like, we don't even research it. So it could be just fucking 100% wrong. But we're like, oh, well, Google said it. So obviously.
Yeah, I gotta start reading.
I
I just literally dig. I love dirt and I just play with plants.
That's good, dude.
It is good.
That's
it is
really good. That's really good.
But I need to mix something else in my life.
Dude, have you found, what is your happy place in LA?
Plants and dodgeball, baby. I ain't even kidding.
He's
I
not even kidding.
Fucking
Yeah, I saw
dodgeball.
I saw him peg a dude in the balls.
Oh yeah, that's amazing. I love it. I love it. I fucking love it.
His eyes just rolled into the back of the head on the feeling of
I
just
swear to God.
annihilating a dude's testicles.
Dodgeball helps and keeps me sober. 100% no bullshit.
Really?
I need it. Like if I don't do it, I Jones for it. Because like for those of you that don't understand, is you're like, yeah, dodgeball, I played as a kid. But when you're fucking adults and there's ex-athletes who throw 78 miles per hour at you
Yeah.
and you catch them, it is like you're just like, oh, you know, it's just like hitting a home run. You're just like, yeah, motherfucker. I do a dodgeball at Poinsettia Park on Sundays. And it was me against, I swear to God, like 18 motherfuckers because my whole team got out. And I fucking just turned up and just caught, I don't know, 6-8 balls. And you know when you catch, you get a guy in and a guy out. And I just like evened the playing field and finally got it to 2-on-1. And I went for a catch and I dropped it. But I almost single-handedly won a game against 18 motherfuckers. And I just felt like fucking Scarface, just like, yeah, like fucking say hello, just like, oh. And
You want to play? Okay, let's play.
yeah,
You know
let's
what I mean?
fucking
Like,
play. And I get high off that shit.
Of course
and
you
I
do.
fucking love it.
dude, dodgeball is the great equalizer.
It's
Even
fun, dude.
as a kid, it's the only athletic endeavor where it's okay to hit the crippled kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
it's you know what I mean? Like even teacher will come up to me and be like, look, Billy can't walk. Okay?
Light Billy
Light
up.
Billy the fuck
Hit
up.
him in
You know
his
what I mean? Like
fucking face.
you can hit you can hit girls, you can hit
That's why I
mentally
love about-
disabled. It is the truest thing that actually puts everybody on the same field.
I love that what you just said exactly. There's the girl or the fucking skinny scrawny
Doesn't
kid
matter.
hiding in the corner. I'm just 110% just
Yeah.
and just and I was like, get out,
Get out. And
get the fuck out. Who's
and
next?
the greatest thing about it is that fucking skinny kid, he can take his revenge on that jock.
Yeah.
Because that jock's not going to be paying attention the whole fucking game. And fucking that skinny kid has got all that
Oh,
pent
yeah.
up frustration. He puts it into one fucking throw and he nails that jock in the testes.
Yup.
And you know what? It's hilarious.
And it's
okay.
the best. And
It's
and you're just like,
fantastic.
and sometimes some people might give me the hairy eyeballs and be like, did you really just light him up like
Goddamn
that?
right.
He's got one arm, dude. I'd
Hey.
be like, hey man, get off the court.
Get
this
your
is
ass
fucking-
off the fucking court, man.
That's why I love that Billy Madison is like, now you're all in big trouble.
Yeah.
Just fucking kill them all,
Kill 'em.
baby.
I mean, I didn't like dodgeball that much as a kid just because it wasn't really dodgeball. It was more how hard do we have to hit the albino to knock him unconscious ball. But it was still it was the only fucking time where I wasn't the only person aimed at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they were aiming at everyone on my side of the court. It wasn't just me.
Yeah.
Because once I was out, they had to aim at other motherfuckers. So I was
Yeah.
like, oh shit. I'd get like out. And then I'd be looking back in, and I'm like, "Oh, they're trying to hit Jessica just as hard." You know what I mean? Like, and that felt good.
It does.
It feels good to be like, "Oh
Man,
shit,
fuck Jessica."
we both got bloody noses. Let's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, boss up. You know what I mean? I like that shit.
It's so good, man.
I fucking love dodgeball. That's why I like fucking like martial arts so much.
Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, you could get this adrenaline rush from boxing,
anything.
judo,
Anything.
Brazilian jiu-jitsu, karate,
Yeah.
fucking what's that shit with the
Fencing.
little sticks?
Fencing.
Fencing. Yeah.
Fencing. Yeah. I really love competition, but
I love how like there could be I call it my chaotic zen in all that chaos of 7 balls on the court, 20 on 20, and shit's just everywhere. You don't have time to think about your unpaid bills, your
No.
divorce, your explosive diarrhea running down your leg.
Yeah.
Because you're just in the moment, and you just catch that ball and get doo-doo on it.
Yeah, that's why I think that's one of the reasons I like comedy so much, because before I go on stage, I'm a nervous wreck. I'm so nervous, like every time. Doesn't matter if it's an open mic, hundreds of people, doesn't matter. I'm like petrified to the point where sometimes I'm like, man, it'd be kind of dope if like a car ran into this building right now, so I
Yeah.
don't have to go on stage. Like, yeah, but the minute I touch the mic, I'm fine, and I'm so trying to be in the moment, and it's happened like in the past like 3 years where I've really been like kind of turning off the brain when I'm on stage and just letting things kind of happen a little bit more organically. And dude, it's like that feeling. It's that feeling. You don't have time to like think about anything else.
It's the best.
It's
It's
so good.
something I was about to say wish I need to practice more because I listen to Richard Pryor a lot and his tapes and shit, and he called it "Let Go, Let God," and it's just free flow. But he would even say this is the greatest comedian to ever do it. Like he got scared of that, and he would always jump back into bits. But I do free flow and let it flow, but it's usually in low stakes environments.
Yeah.
And where I got nothing to lose in shitty shows, rehab shows, bar shows, whatever. It's never sold out crowd. And I want, and because sometimes when you do that, you're shock and amaze yourself.
Yeah,
As
dude.
well as the audience, you're like, whoa, I just spit some
Holy
fucking
fuck, that
fire
came
dope
out?
shit. And sometimes not so much. But when it hits,
Oh, it feels so good.
it's the best thing in
It
the
is the
world
best
because
feeling.
it's organic, it's in the moment. It gets a bigger, deeper, wholehearted laugh because they know that you're inventing this shit on stage with them.
And well, I think it goes beyond that. I don't think that they know necessarily, but I do think what happens is that you know,
Yeah.
and so your joy is, dude. People can sense joy. Like if
Oh,
you're a comic
absolutely.
and you're terrible, if you're just smiling, people want you to succeed.
If
The
you get
audience-
in your
yeah,
head,
dude.
if you're delivering the same bit with the same smile, but you're in your head, they don't laugh as hard.
No, they don't,
They can
because
tell
they-
it's fake.
they
They
get-
have the best bullshit detector
Dude,
on
I'm
earth.
telling you, man. Earthquake gave me one of the best points of advice that I've ever had in comedy. I was like 2 years in. I had just seen him do a Barack Obama joke. I had just done a Barack Obama joke at Pig and Whistle. Took like 5 minutes. He did pretty much the same joke in like 3 seconds, and it fucking destroyed. As whereas mine was terrible. And I was like, I'm not good. And then I was talking to him at the Improv, and he was like, yeah, man. I was like, man, it's cool what you do. You know, I'm all, you know. And he was like, man, let me tell you something, man. It's crazy when I realized that, you know, because you always got to introduce yourself to the crowd because the crowd doesn't know you. And I was like, yeah, man, I know that. And I knew that at the time. But then he was like, but what people don't understand is, man, you got to introduce the crowd to the crowd because they don't know each other either. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
like that blew my mind. He was like, yeah, man, if this dude over here laughs at one joke, nobody else in the crowd laughs. Now you've made it not just awkward for him, but now everybody else in the crowd feels weird because they didn't all either they're feeling like, oh, I didn't get that joke, or oh, that dude's weird. And so you've made it. You have to introduce the crowd to the crowd. And I was like, fuck.
I don't understand this.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't get it.
How do you get the crowd to the crowd?
You have to. That's why when you, I try and get the crowd all on the same page.
Oh, gotcha.
Like that's why sometimes I'll go up and I'll say about me being a black albino first, just so the crowd all knows. Because if there's some people that do know and some people that don't know,
Gotcha.
and I say, "What's up, my niggas?" It just made everyone question whether the other person knows
Yeah.
instead of paying attention to what.
No,
I'm
that's
actually
smart, and I agree, and I feel like I used to just immediately go up there and go drugs, man, and it would get a big laugh because I know everybody's thinking that.
Yeah.
And it's something you do need to address because I've seen you not address that, and you don't connect as quick.
Yeah.
Because it's the elephant in the room.
saying. Yeah, exactly.
You gotta say what's obvious up top.
What's
you don't
obvious.
have to,
You don't- I
but
mean,
it
like-
just makes your job fucking easier.
Yeah, dude, and it doesn't have to be fucking quick or anything. I just love stand up so much. I like acting probably a little bit more, but
Get out.
I do. But I fucking love stand up so fucking much, dude.
Yeah.
And I've never gone on stage like I've only been on stage twice high, and that was because they were high shows. And then I've only been on stage drunk one time, and that was one of the biggest mistakes I've ever fucking made.
In the beginning, before I was sober, I used to get drunk and stoned, but I didn't really do stand up. I can't, like a fucking once every 3 months kind of kid or whatever. I don't even know. But I remember one time I was so high off hash oil edibles.
God damn.
And smoking and I forget my jokes, but it was like funny, because I looked like this and I was stoned and they just could tell. And I was like, so it was still laughable, but I don't even know how. I mean, like, just the thought of smoking weed now gives me a panic attack. And I just straight up would smoke a joint by myself, OG Kush, eat hash oil edibles, and fucking pound like 2 tall cans of PBR.
God damn,
and then
dude.
hit the stage. And this is like my second time. I was like, what the fuck? That's insane.
Fuck 30.
Now I don't, I can't even fathom it.
Dude.
Oh, one of the craziest,
No, yeah.
okay. One of the craziest shits I've ever done in my life is I was on mushrooms and
It
I
always
was
starts with
walking.
mushrooms.
I was walking the streets of Hollywood and I went to Best Fish Taco.
Oh.
That good show over on the east side
Yeah, I
in
remember that
Silver
song.
Lake or some shit. They get like Hannibal Buress, Aziz, like they get big names. And I had done stand up maybe 2 times in my life.
Oh, wow.
And I am hallucinating off mushrooms. And I go to the producers. I met him. I partied with him. I did coke with him. And I was like, hey, man. I was like, let me do stand up. Let me get on stage. I'm on mushrooms. And he just went, no. I was like, oh, man. And then I just walked down the street and went to a bar and got drunk. But what if he would have let me on stage? I have no idea. I didn't know what I was doing sober, drunk, or stoned, let alone on mushrooms.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck
I
would
feel
have
like you
happened.
would have just got up and started pointing out the things that you see.
But like, wow, that's a pretty sky. Because it's an outdoor show. You guys ever look at the sky? Like, I don't know. It could have, like, I think it would have been one of 2 ways. Like, the most dope shit ever on the universe, or I would have quit comedy and get punched in the face.
Yeah.
And I went to this bar and I got drunk. And then me and my buddy were just walking home on Hollywood Boulevard. And I remember pissing in a dumpster and just laughing. We just laughing and laughing and laughing, pissing down Hollywood Boulevard. And then I stepped in human shit.
Oh, God, dude.
You know it was human. You know when you just know.
Yeah.
We look.
There's a different
And I was
texture.
like, oh, I just stepped in human
There's a
shit.
different texture in
Yeah. It is bigger too. It's a
not-
loaf. It's a loaf of shit.
I hate.
And we laugh for so long. Like we laugh till your stomach hurts.
Oh, God,
and
I
then
love-
you laugh for so long you forget what you're laughing about.
Yes.
But then later you remember what you're
And you
laughing
start
about,
laughing
and then
again?
you laugh again.
Yes.
And it was the best.
Dude, mushroom laughs are crazy. Me and my fucking friend, my writing partner, we were fucking tripping on. We were deciding. So we had decided to watch a Harry Potter marathon on mushrooms, and it was cool until the 3rd movie. And I don't know if you've seen any of the Harry Potter movies.
No.
Okay, well, the 3rd movie has these things called Dementors, and they're basically like, they're basically like even scarier versions of the Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
And they float and they suck out your soul. And as the part where the Dementors are on screen, and I am full peak, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, but him and his girl are in this hugely serious conversation. And I'm just sitting on the couch and they're having this conversation. Like, I'm in the middle and they're having this conversation on either side of me. And so I'm on the couch trying to keep it together.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is the most frightening thing I've ever seen in my entire life on camera right now. I'm a grown-ass man. And I'm like, Nate, just keep it together. Just keep it the fucking together. And they're having this conversation. So finally, I had to turn it off. And then me and him, my writing partner, went outside and we started talking. And we start talking, like, getting real deep about the fucking trip that I was just having. and like how broke we are and how fucking like we got to make it. We got to do things better. We got to change. And we're sitting at this table that is kind of like a raggedy table, and the table has a part of the outside of the table is like taped down.
Yeah.
And so we're like, we got to be better, man. I'm tired of being broke. I'm tired of being ain't shit. And then we both get quiet, and the fucking tape flops, and it just goes bing, and, then and the whole table breaks.
Yeah.
And we just sat there for like another second, and we laughed for an hour. And like that hurt laugh, that was just like God's like, yeah.
Yeah. Like, get out of this. You taping tables together. You need to better your life.
Piece
Ding.
of shit. Canada, though, I think that's when I was the most drunk I've ever been.
I remember you got talking about mushrooms. I ate mushrooms God knows how many fucking times. I don't even know. But I remember one time I ate some, it might have been acid caramels or psilocybin caramels. I'm not sure. Same fucking shit. You're tripping balls because they came from Humble. And when I don't know what it is when you bake those chemicals into a sweet, it hits you harder and longer. I don't understand it, but I just, because I've tripped so many times, and I was like, whoa, this is a good one. You know? Wow. Fucking.
This is new.
And me and my buddy ate them, my buddy Travis, and then other homies came over, and me and him are shrooming, or acid, or whatever the fuck. And then our other homies come over, and we go down to Hermosa Beach. That was their spot. We just go get fucked up. And me and him are the only one tripping balls, and everybody else is just getting drunk. And that's just different vibrations.
Yeah.
And then they're talking about girls and shit and hitting on them, and I'm in my head like, you're a monster. And like the night before, I was fucking doing the same shit.
Yeah,
And, you know, like, and then we go down to Hermosa Beach, and we go to this bar, and I'm like, all right, don't tell anyone you're on mushrooms, and just go in there and act normal. Nobody needs to know. And I just go in the bar, get a beer. And by the way, this is the packed bar, Hermosa Beach, Saturday night. There's like 200 people in a room that fits 200 people.
Yeah.
That's not good environment for when you're tripping balls.
No.
And I just walk in, and everybody reminds me of like the meat fucking flat, no face, you know, like Pink Floyd, The Wall, just like I'm just like, they're all monsters, you know, nobody's. And then I go, keep it together. And then I see this girl I know, and I'm like, hey, what's up? And she's like, what's up? And first thing I'm like, I'm on acid. And then I was like, why'd you tell her? She's like, oh my God, what are you doing here? I'm like, you're right, I don't know. And I just left. And then I just end up walking along the beach by myself for like 4-6 hours, whatever. Maybe it's 40 minutes. Feels like 7 days though. And I have a good trip just looking at the ocean and the moon. And then my buddy, he's crazy too, and he just ends up in some tweaker pad in Linwood, and some people are taking apart clocks and radios, and and I think he got threatened or stabbed or something. I don't know, but
those are two very different things.
I think someone pulled a knife on him.
Oh, God damn.
I don't remember. I gotta ask him, but it was not a good environment, and he's tripping ball, but he's a tough kid.
Dude,
yeah.
Your 20s are crazy.
Yeah, I know.
Like, your 20s are just fucking...
I was like, Travis, you should have went to the beach with me, because getting pulled a knife on. I think a guy pulled a knife on him. He's like, yo, man, I'm tripping, man. You fucking need to chill out or something, man.
Oh, fuck, dude. I remember when I was in college, my college was a halfway away from the Canadian border.
Yeah.
So it was just right there. We would go to... In Canada, you can drink at 19. So we would, I was 19 or 20. I think I was 20, but all my friends were like 19. And so we would go up there all the time to drink. And my homie Ming, who's like one of my best friends still to this day, he hits me up on a Wednesday. He's like, dude, you want to go to Canada? And I'm like, fuck it, let's go. You know what I mean? It's like the fucking middle of the week.
Yeah.
But we're like, fuck it, let's go. It's a half an hour away. So we go up there and we fucking get a hotel room. We're like, fuck it, we're going to stay till tomorrow morning. Then we drive back and go to class. And... But we get there. He hit me up at like 9 at night, so we don't have that much time to get there, get drink, and you know what I mean. Like, so we get there at like 12:30, and get into the hotel and get to the bar and everything by like 12:30. And by that time, I'm like, I need to get drunk. And at that point, I was drinking almost purely 151. That was my drink. And so we show up to the bar, and I had 3 shots of vodka, 3 rum and cokes, a sex on the beach, a screwdriver, and 11 shots of 151 in an hour.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And the only reason I know that is because Ming kept the receipt. Because I remember the 9th shot, and then the next thing I remember was Ming kicking me in the morning saying, yo, we got to go back to school.
That's too much.
I don't
man.
remember. Dude, apparently, so these are all of the fucked up shits that I did while I was drunk that I do not remember at all. So first thing, Ming couldn't find me. We're still in the club. I had been dancing with this girl, and apparently when I got too drunk, and this girl was totally into me when I was just kind of drunk, but when I got that 11 shot of 151, apparently my dancing was getting a little too vigorous for her.
Yeah.
And she was just like, I'm out.
Yeah.
So I guess I went outside and Ming couldn't find me. And finally he goes outside to look for me. He finds me like draped by this bum. And this homeless dude's like, yo, is this your friend? And Ming's like, yeah. And the homeless dude's like, yeah, I found him trying to sleep in the alley. So, and I was like, I don't remember any of this. And Ming's like, okay. Now you'd think at this point Ming would take me home.
What if he's like, yeah, I found him with my dick in his ass.
Yeah, here's your friend back. Thanks for loaning him to me.
Thanks, dude. He's warm.
Oh, God damn it. Oh, God damn it. I hope I didn't get
Hey,
ass
Nate,
fucked.
remember when you got butt fucked by a bum?
No, I do not remember.
No, I don't.
I don't remember
But I've
it
been
at all.
pooping easier. It just flies out.
Fuck constipation, baby. It's all
Woo.
that's the natural stool
I got
softener.
Hep C again. I don't
Oh,
know where
man,
it
one
came
more
from.
time, man.
It's
Listen,
getting dark.
I'm trying to get off.
God bless the homeless.
So instead of taking me home, Ming takes me to go get pizza and fucking because he's drunk too.
Yeah.
And pizza's $1 in Canada, so we go get pizza and I can't stand up, and so I'm just trying to put the pizza into my cheek, and then I just take a header down to the ground, and I don't brace myself with my hands, and then people pick me up, and then I just take another header down to the ground,
Ooh.
yeah, and then so now Ming's trying to drag me home, and I piss myself, and this motherfucker drops me off, and then went back out to get more pizza.
He's hungry.
He was fucking hungry.
He's hungry.
Yeah, so I woke up all bloody. It was the worst hangover I ever had, and since that day, I haven't been able to drink 151 anymore.
That's good, man. I have a similar story you made me remember, but it was of Jose Cuervo, and
Jose.
I can't do tequila. This
Yeah.
maybe I was 19. I'm not a big guy. I drank a whole bottle, a fifth, or I maybe like I don't know, close to.
Too
is
much.
me and my butt too much?
Just too much. You drink
Too
way
much.
too much. Jose.
I just remember my buddies told me I put the pillow over my head,
Oh, fuck.
but like the cloth was right here, and then the pillow was behind me, and I went around headbutting everything, but there was no pillow. I was headbutting the TV, headbutting the wall. So my mom came in, and she's like, "What's wrong with you guys?" And this is in my room, and I'm like going ding, 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 and they're like, "Ah," she's like, "Oh my gosh." And then so I had a little coffee table, and I had the limes on the table. We're taking shots with limes and salt and doing that shit. And I had this.
Hey, your mom's cool with all this?
No, she hates. She
Oh, okay.
hates. She doesn't drink. She doesn't drug. She hates me. She talks shit. But I'm a crazy kid. What she gonna? Like,
What you gonna do?
I couldn't. She couldn't. Poor lady. I gotta buy her a house. I
Poor
gotta buy
lady.
her a house and a Camry real quick. Because I was just like, she comes in, yells at me, and I'm just fucking literally pillowcase over my head, banging it against the wall. Like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? She can't.
At that point, what do you do?
She just shut the door. It's like fucking. She's Catholic,
Yeah.
just like. And then, so my buddy has his hand on the table like this for the video. Fucking, just here's the table. My buddy's hand's like this.
Yeah.
I swear to God, there's a lime, fucking an inch away from his hand. I got this buck knife Bowie that I swear to God, it's Crocodile Dundee knife. I love knives. Everybody knows it. The blade is like 12 inches long, and it's like a fucking
God damn.
hatchet knife, machete knife. It's a fuck. It was called the alligator skinner, and the lime,
That's a knife.
the lime is this far away from his hand, flat on the table. I'm shit faced, pillowcase on the head. I had all these knots on my head the next day. I obviously I took the pillowcase off, and I see the lime, and they go, "We need more lime," and I go like this, and just slam it down like a fucking judge putting the fucking anvil down or whatever the fuck mallet, and the fucking his hands right there, and the lime just splits, goes tink, and I'm just like this,
Dude,
and
you
they
can
looked at me like, I was like, and
That's when every one of your friends at that point, they all switch to, dude, Craig's so fun to, oh, this motherfucker crazy.
this is yeah, and then I think I tried to fight both of them. I punched one in the rib cage. And bottom line, I woke up. I lost 2 friends and a girlfriend. Woke up and puke. Had knots on my head. Never could drink Jose Cuervo again. They're like,
God
Craig,
damn.
you got problems. I'm like, I know.
I know.
I almost chopped my friend. I like literally I would have chopped his hand off. The size of the knife, how big and heavy it was, the amount of force that came down. I was like, oh, this will be funny. And it's like,
Did
no.
you see his hand there?
Yeah, I did it on purpose.
You did. Oh God! I thought you just wanted another lime. You did that on
No,
purpose.
I did. I was, like the cocky alcoholic confidence. I could do this.
Yes.
But if you're off, your friend just lost 4 fingers.
Yeah.
But it felt like the thing to do at the time. That's all I have
Oh,
to
that
say.
could have gone so wrong.
I could have gone so wrong.
Could have gone so wrong.
Oh my
That
God.
could have gone 4 rooms wrong.
Yeah, I lost a girl and some friends and some brain cells for sure.
Yeah.
Never could drink Jose Cuervo. I never could drink tequila again. And that was when I was like 19. I drank until 29. So for a decade. I remember like 8 years later, I tried to take a shot of Patron because Patron was thing. I was like, oh, it's been years. Took 1 shot when I wasn't even drunk yet.
Yeah.
Just throwing up in my mouth. Just,
Yeah. Dude, that one I remember trying to take because I tried to take a shot of 151 like 3 months after that, and I could not get it down.
Yeah,
I just couldn't get it down. That memory of fucking Canada.
The people listening to this podcast, I know I always say this. I'm not trying to glorify drugs and alcohol, but I know it's in existence. It's going to get used and abused.
Yeah.
If I could teach any of you motherfuckers anything, I'm sober now, is just stick with beer. Liquor, nothing ever fucking good comes from it. I don't
Nobody finishes their story of how they had the most liquor with, and then I met my wife.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
it's usually, and then I got a divorce.
Yeah.
So,
Or the stories that, or if any story that starts with, so I was on mushrooms.
That's yeah.
Here's the thing about mushrooms. If it's a bad trip,
you might die.
yeah,
You might die.
You might not be here no more.
If it's a good trip, you might discover the DNA strand.
True,
that guy
true.
was on acid.
And here's
You
the
know,
crazy thing:
those are the spectrum.
if it's a bad trip and you do die, you're not gonna die peacefully. You're
No.
gonna die.
Your brain is going to kill you.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, "There's spiders eating me alive." There's no spiders there.
There's no spiders.
There's no spiders.
You're
there.
gonna die being mauled to death by dragons. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah.
what's gonna happen.
And in reality, it's the blanket tickling you. It's just going like this. That dragon's eating my face.
You're gonna fuck up your friends for life because now you're dead and they just saw you die by blanket and they
Yeah.
don't understand.
Yeah,
they
they're
don't
like,
understand.
what happened to Craig?
was
That
a
blanket ate him.
fucking
He's
blanket.
fine. There's not a scratch on him.
Dude, tickle fights can fucking be violent.
Yeah.
Tickle
And,
fights can be fucking real. Like when the tickle fight goes from funny to serious,
Yeah.
it's so quick.
Tickle fight.
That laugh, that I can't fucking breathe, man. You know what I mean? Like fucking tickle fights, fucking up.
Yeah, but like back to the beer, like you still can get blacked out and ruin your life on beer.
Oh, yeah.
I just feel like it's much harder with liquor. It's just
Real easy. It's real
like
easy.
a light switch. Your dick's out.
I feel like if you're still blacking out, getting blackout drunk in your 30s,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Well, maybe not 30s. Okay, if you're still getting blackout drunk in your 35 and older, if you're still getting blacked out drunk, just be like, oh, I failed at life. That's
Yeah,
cool.
you just
You know what I mean?
failed,
Like just be
you
like,
know?
oh,
Just black out and kill yourself.
yeah, dude. Just,
No, I'm just kidding.
don't kill
Don't
yourself.
do that. That's a joke.
I mean, unless you really want to, then
Yeah.
you know, live your life. But other than that,
yeah.
so you wanted me to?
Oh, where we at? We at an hour?
49.
49. All right, let's get to the poop, baby.
Oh, the poop.
Let's get it. Tell me when you
Okay.
poo-poo their pants.
Well, okay. Well, let me see. Okay, the first. Okay, I've pooped and I've diarrheaed my pants.
The funny one.
They're both pretty, but they're both fairly quick. The diarrhea.
Double down then.
All
Let's
right,
hear 'em.
Okay, so I had food poisoning last year for the first fucking time. And it's terrible. Why you gotta get? He got such a happy smile.
Man, when people poop their pants,
he got such
don't
a happy
let me
smile.
forget. I got a poo-poo on mushrooms story.
Oh God. So I had fucking food poisoning last year, and I've never had it before. So I'm shitting, and it was because I ate fucking In-N-Out, the protein style with the fucking lettuce wrap.
Yeah, man.
And I fucking
What the fuck you kidding?
Dude, I fucking
Anybody who orders a protein style burger in now, you're a fucking asshole.
I felt
Go
like
eat
an
a head
asshole.
of broccoli or
I
enjoy
fucking-
a normal burger.
Thank you.
What the fuck?
I was being punished for being a little bitch.
Yep.
For trying to act like what I was doing
Protein
was
style. They
healthy.
should call it pussy
Yeah,
style because you're
yeah.
a fucking pussy.
Nobody's happy. You're eating what you don't want to eat. It's not making you any healthier.
No,
and fucking nobody
no.
wants to make that.
I
You
don't
know what I mean?
eat bread.
Yeah, it's a piece of shit. It's a cop out. It's like turkey bacon.
Yeah.
Fuck you. It's
Go
not bacon.
fuck
You
your
know what I mean?
life.
Like, yeah.
Eat a fucking broccoli or
Ugh.
eat the fucking bacon. There's
Yeah.
no
There's no
medium.
fucking medium.
I want a fucking
If you t-
sugar-free
a-
cookie. Kill yourself.
Kill yourself, dude. I ate fucking sugar-free cookies and I farted for 12.
Oh yeah, I
and a
was
half-
there,
dude.
You
I was
stunk
I,
so
dude,
bad.
I couldn't.
We did this rehab
Oh
show.
my
he kept
God.
farting,
Dude, I
Oh, it
was farting
terrible.
for
Stale
12.
farts too. Smelled like
oh
peanuts.
God, it was
Smelled like roasted
I
peanuts
ate like
with a sprinkle of
9
doo doo.
Dude, it was so bad. Dude, I ate 9 fucking sugar-free cookies and I farted for 24 hours. And I mean like hard farts, like the ones
Oh,
that
I know. I
yeah,
heard.
Like, dude,
I
no,
heard them.
you-
I smelled them.
Those were the aftermath.
You were
man.
farting so much though, it's kind of good for me because I could sneak in and fart and blame you.
Yeah, you could've- yeah, it was me, dude. It was something wrong with my butt. But when I had food poisoning, so I went to the hospital and they were like, "Yeah, you got it pretty bad." And then, which I fucking part of the fucked up part of the hospital is that every time a new doctor or nurse came in, they kept asking me all these neurological questions because they thought there was something wrong with my brain because my eyes keep shaking,
Yeah.
which is just a nystagmus. But they were like, "Hey, go ahead and follow my finger real quick," and I'm like, "Dude, it's just, aren't you a doctor? Shouldn't
Yeah.
you know that this is a thing?" And so. So they were like, "We're gonna give you a bag of fluid." They gave me a bag of fluid, then they gave me another bag, and then they fucking had to go do a CT scan. 'Cause they were like, "Dude, something's really wrong with you."
Yeah.
And I was just shitting and puking and shitting and puking, and I'd never felt like that before. I've never had food poisoning, and so I had a show that night, and they were like, "We want to admit you to the hospital," and I was like, "I gotta."
You motherfucker, I got
I
7
got a
minutes
I got a
tonight.
show.
I need that stage time. I don't care if I'm gonna die.
But I was, dude. The crazy thing was, I was headlining in Laguna Beach for like $500.
Oh, you had to.
I
do it.
had to fucking do it.
Yeah.
And it was I needed that fucking money.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
So I go to Laguna Beach and I haven't eaten anything and I'm still just every fart is poop. And
Yeah,
'cause
baby.
all I have running through me is that IV. So it's just water. It's not even poop, it's water. I'm peeing out of my butthole. And so
There's nothing like a little ass
Oh,
squirt on
dude.
a Sunday, you know?
dude, it was a Sunday. I think no, it was a Tuesday. And so I get to Laguna Beach and and they only needed me to do a half an hour. About 20 minutes in, about 20 minutes in, it just came out. It came out. And it was not like it hit my pants. Like you know what I mean? Like it was violent enough of a squirt that it pushed my underwear back and it hit my pants and just immediately started flooding down my leg.
Well, this guy, mad at me about it. This guy's funny, but he got in his head real quick right here. What's that going down his leg?
And but luckily I was wearing baggy pants that went all the way to the floor, and so it's just pooling in my shoe.
Oh, shit, man. He got that doo-doo shoe.
Oh, dude, it's pooling in my fucking shoe. And when this happens, it was long enough that it was like, so it was enough that it was all the way down my leg. Like it had.
I got a new name for you.
What's that?
Poo-poo boot.
Oh,
Hey,
poo
shit,
shoes.
hey, shit boot over here.
You know,
Hey, you got them shit Martins?
They got them shitties.
Oh, man.
Fuck yeah. So the thing was that when I did it, I just closed my eyes and was like, "How bad is this, Nathan?"
It's bad.
I was like, "This is bad," and
It's
then I
bad.
was like, please God, don't let it go onto the floor because I'm not gonna be able to.
You can't hide that.
I can't hide that, and so it didn't. It just I like moved my shoe around, so it just kept leaking into my shoe.
Oh man.
And then I just fucking finished my fucking set. And then I fucking got off stage and I went right to the bathroom and I came out and Colt, my writing partner, was like, dude, did you shit yourself? I was like, yeah, we need to leave. And he was like, well, I was like, because my underwear are in the bathroom right now. we gotta go. We gotta go, dude. So that night I get home and I'm thinking this is one of the most embarrassing moments of my life. I just shit myself on stage. I go to bed and I wake up and there is a pool of diarrhea behind me where I was sleeping on my side. I had shit so hard in my sleep. I had shit all through like there's a pool.
I hope you had a mattress protector.
Dude. Yeah, well, yeah, I mean like
oh man.
Yeah, I mean like I don't know like, it was first of all it was some of the worst smelling shit that I've ever had. But the problem is now I got to clean this up.
Mm-hmm.
What do you clean that up with? So I just use. I feel
throw
so
away
bad.
your sheets and you call it a day.
That's what I did.
That's
I
what
had
Target's for.
Yeah, dude. It was bad. I had to throw, but they were orange sheets too.
Oh
so,
man.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
And then I was so tired, but I was so I diarrheaed all over the fucking place.
That's a good diarrhea.
And then the other time I shit myself was I was in the woods. We were having a party. And I was like 22. And we're at camping out, fucking drinking, doing that shit.
Yeah.
And I went to the stream to go take a dump because I was really drunk. But and I didn't want to go close to the campsite because I knew people would fuck with you if you were shitting in the woods. And
oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? So I was like, I wanted to go far away. So I go into the
throw sticks and rocks at you.
Yeah, exactly.
Pooping in the woods.
So I went to the river and I'm like, all right, I found a place to shit. And then I see a fireball go up at the fucking campsite. And I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? Well, somebody had threw one of the bottles of alcohol on the fire. And so I start shitting and then I turn around and now I'm seeing lights flash, like cop lights.
Yeah.
Flash. And I'm like, fuck, they're going to bust our party. But I'm still shitting. I've got my pants down around my ankles and I'm shitting. And it's those ice cream shits, the ones that come out slow and creamy.
Yeah.
And I'm just shitting. I'm like, fuck.
Soft serve.
Soft serve. Yeah. I'm like, I got to finish shitting. So I'm trying to push as hard as I can. So I'm just like,
You need some psyllium husk,
yeah,
bro.
dude. I need something. And so I see fucking lights starting to come towards me through the woods. And I'm like, fuck, the cops are going to find me shitting here. And then I hear, hur, we have a dog. And I'm like, no. Like,
I'm pooping.
I'm like, I'm taking this shit. And they were like, pull your pants up, sir. And I was like, oh, fuck, man, I'm so sorry. And I'm in the stream with my shoes on because I just wanted to make sure that I got all the way in the stream and the shit was gone and it was clean. And then I pull my pants up and I realized that I had not moved my ass far enough out from my pants. So all that shit, I just shat into my pants. And I didn't realize that until I pulled them all the way.
Boy, it's warm in here.
I was like, why is it wet and warm? Did water get in? Oh, no.
Oh, no. Why do I smell so bad?
And like, I just shit creamy shit. So now it is on my pants, on all over my legs, on my underwear. Like, it is everywhere on the bottom of me. And I'm standing in this fucking river and I'm looking at this cop and I'm like, hey, officer, I shit all over myself. And he's like, what? And I'm like, I shit in my pants and then I pulled my pants up. And he's like, why did you do that, son? And I was like, a lot of alcohol. And he was like, okay. So they walk me back to the place and like nobody's getting arrested, but they're like, okay, who's 21, who's not 21? And they're talking to us. And I'm just kind of like standing off to the side.
Yeah.
Like, cause I don't want to fucking, I've shit myself, dude. I don't know what to fucking do. I'm drunk. I'm shitty. And the cop, they get in their car and they're like, all right, you guys have a nice night. By the way, your friend over there shit in his pants, then pulled him all the way up. Have a good evening, guys. And just fucking pulls out.
I love
off
that
the dirt.
cop.
I was like, you're an asshole.
I love
you're
that
an
cop.
asshole.
I would have done the same thing.
You're an asshole.
Hey,
dude.
Smokey over here taking the shit.
Fucking dude.
He zailed your ass right there.
He zailed my ass. So I had to.
For you young folk that don't know what the fuck,
Go watch Friday.
Friday. That's a Friday reference with Ice Cube and Chris Tucker.
So I had to basically drive back. I had to ride back to into town Winnie the Pooh style.
Oh man,
Just no pants.
just shit your goddamn George. Damn.
I just shirt on. No,
I
just
love
dick,
that cop
dick
though.
out. Oh,
That's
fuck
a good
that
cop.
That's an asshole.
I'm down
cop.
with that cop.
Fuck you. That cop.
That's funny.
He had to tell the
I would have
motherfucker
done
that.
it too. It's been done to me, and I'll do it to somebody else.
It's been done to you.
Yeah, I shit my pants at work. My buddy emailed the whole work and said, "Craig shit his pants." I did that story, right? Yeah. And then I had a stain on my asshole, and they're like, "He did," and I was like, "Yeah, I quit."
Did you quit?
Yeah, I quit.
Really?
It was stressful, anyways. That's why I shit my pants, and also because of cocaine and baby laxatives.
Oh Jesus
But
Christ! Those are
I
horrible.
straight up quit, and I touche to Jimmy who ratted me out because that's funny. That's funny.
It was funny. I
If
shit
they-
my pants. I
if
shit
you
my
get a
pants.
laugh, you got me.
I feel like most of the time an adult shits their pants is fucking hilarious.
It's hilarious. That's why it's a theme on my podcast.
I shit my pants on stage.
That's why I got so many followers. There's a lot of poop
I threw
fans out there.
I did throw those shoes away though.
I shit on mushrooms several times. And have you ever shit on a hallucinogen?
Yeah.
It feels like you're giving birth to a stinky alien burrito or something. Like it's a weird thing where you think you're dying, but it's also orgasmic. You're like, wow, like God just gave me turds or something. And I shit at Coachella in a porta potty.
Oh.
Which sounds disgusting,
Oh.
but I don't know if they just brought a brand new porta potty in or if they just cleaned it. But I remember shitting on mushrooms and thinking, this is orgasmic / painful / weird. And then when you're hallucinating, you keep wiping your booty, but you're hallucinating. You're like, did I get it? You're like, is that shit? Is that a dragon? What is that? So you wipe your ass like 12 times because you don't know what the fuck's going on. And then you keep looking at your hand. Do I got doo-doo on my hand? But you're hallucinating. You can't tell.
Yeah.
You're like, well, I hope I'm good. I can't.
We'll find out. I
We'll
guess.
find out. But then they just cleaned the toilets and it smelled like lemons. And I remember I was hallucinating. I went back to my group of friends. This is Coachella. There's people everywhere. I was like, yo, I just shit on mushrooms and I smelled like lemons. Like my poop smelled like lemons. I don't remember eating lemons. I'm tripping. And I just remember this other group heard me and they're just laughing. You're like, this guy's over here thinking he shat lemons and he's just tripping on a good one. And that's not a poop but the pants story, but you provided us with plenty of that.
I apologize.
No, that's fine.
shot on
I
a
just
plane.
made me remember with our shroom talk of the time that I thought I shat lemons at
Thought you shat
Coachella.
lemons.
And it was just, I remember thinking, like, you're on mushrooms. You're contemplating this for hours. Like, I was
Did
like,
I
did
shit
I eat the rind of a lemon? I don't understand.
What did I have for lunch on Thursday? You know what I mean? Like just
Lemons. A lemon cake.
I had
But
to shit
really,
on-
it was just a clean porta potty.
I had to shit on a plane recently, and that was horrible.
We're approaching the too much poop.
Okay.
The too much poop.
It wasn't.
topic.
It wasn't horrible because it was poop. It was just horrible because it was on a plane.
That's fine. I'm just saying. I think I've learned lessons with this
With the poop?
podcast. 10-minute poops. We're done.
All right.
When you approach the 20-minute poop,
It's overkill. on
listeners
duty.
get mad. Enough.
enough of the enough of the shit.
It was
All
funny,
right,
funny,
we
funny.
all poop.
Now I'm sick.
Now I'm sick, and I gotta
Um,
poop. All right, I fucking with the
Oh yeah, we had an hour.
Oh yeah.
Okay, we hit an hour.
All right.
But also, it reminded me the Coachella talk. This isn't poop related. Did I tell the time where I found all that cocaine?
I don't think so. No.
You
So
found a bunch of cocaine.
I was on mushroom. I was
It
on
always
mushroom.
starts with
I was on mushroom. I was on mushrooms and Molly and weed and alcohol, and it was day one of Coachella,
Jesus Christ.
and we're.
So you day one you were.
Oh yeah,
just-
dude! I know how to do Coachella right. I know how. You got to have 4 to 5 substances in your body to survive.
just to survive.
Just to survive. You start out with a little weed. You don't drink in the daytime because it's 120 degrees. I'm teaching you how to do Coachella right. Either get sober and find God, or you take a little Adderall, a little speed, and you drink and water, and that makes you sustainable. And then when the sun start to set, you don't want to be taking Molly or mushrooms too early when it's too hot, 120 degrees, you get in your head. When the sun starts to set and it starts to get a nice temperature, then you take a little Molly, you take a little mushrooms, a little cocaine, you feel good. And then what
Look at his smile. Look at his smile.
this wasn't where I was going
Look
with
at his
this. What was I
smile. Look at
talking
his
about?
smile.
Oh, and then okay, back to that. So that's how you do Coachella right. And then when it gets to bedtime, Norcos, OxyContin downers, come down, peaceful, scratch your nuts, go to bed, bareback. You know what I'm talking about. and then, but that's besides the point. So me and this group of girls and my buddy, we're hallucinating, tripping, and we find I'm playing with the grass. I'm just grabbing grass, and I find this little thing. I'm like, what the fuck is this? This is dark, and I'm hallucinating, and I'm Molly, and I'm like, what is this? And I look, and it is a little bag of Coke, like a little dime bag. And then I go, oh my God, and then I find another one, and then I find another one, and then I put on my phone flashlight. I swear to God, I found like 26 little dime bags of Coke, like a drug dealer was too drugged out and dropped his stash.
Oh fuck!
And me and this other girl in the group were kind of cokeheads at that time in our life. She got a baby, I got a comedy, and we're both cleaned up our act. Yeah. But at this time, we're a bit of big fucking cokeheads. Yeah. And then we find them, we collect all of them, and then I'm holding them. I swear to God, it's like a movie. I'm holding them, like this, cupped, all this Coke in my hand, and I'm having like this fucking mental war in my brain and like a panic attack, anxiety attack, because this is day one of Coachella. I know I have too much Coke in my hands. I know that I'm drugged out and I'm a cokehead. And I know if I take one sniff of this Coke,
you're taking it all.
We're doing all of it. We're not going to sleep. And we're doing a 3-day Coke binger at Coachella, and I might die. I'm not going. If I take one, I'm smart enough to know if I take one sniff of this, I'm not sleeping for 3 days. And that's bad.
If you start, you're just going all in.
That's it. It's done. I sealed my fate. And I start having like a panic attack, and I'm like, I can't have this. And I hand it to this other girl, and she's a cokehead too. And then she holds it, and it's just really funny because I see the mental war. She's going through the exact same thing. Like she's like, we can't do this. This will ruin this. If this was day 3, we're doing it. It's party. Yeah. And then also too, when you're on mushrooms, Coke is kind of a scary thing. Usually you do cocaine before mushrooms. When you're on mushrooms, you generally don't want to do Coke, although it does happen. It's happened to me before. I'm just saying that they don't match. It's like peanut butter and bologna. It doesn't match. There's an order to things. But also when you're a druggie, fuck the order and you do it. Anyways, so she goes through this panic attack and this war in her brain. And then like everybody, the other crew, they're not really cokeheads. They're kind of peaceful, civil people. Yeah. We're the only junkies in that crew. And they don't want it, and nobody wants it because we still got to drive home. Even, when you're driving on mushrooms and Molly and Coachella and all the cops, you don't want 26 dime bags of Coke that'll send you to prison for 7 to 14 years. You know, it's scary. So we just come up with a solution, or I do, and I just take it back. I was like, all right, if we're going to ditch this shit, we're going to do it right. And I went to the porta potties, and I put one little baggie in each porta potty like we're Santa Claus.
Wow.
And for every cokehead that goes in that bathroom or drug addict, find a little baggie of Coke.
Are you serious?
I swear to God. So if you're in Coachella maybe like a decade ago and you went to the porta potty and you found a little dime bag of Coke, that was fucking my work, baby. You're welcome.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. And we ditched it. And then later, I was like, oh my God. Because if I was sober, I just would have fucking stashed it in my butthole or my shoe and then fucking sold the shit and because that was like, fuck, dude. That was like $400 or $500 worth of Coke.
Yeah.
I could have gave it away to a friend or funded the whole, but when you're on hallucinogens, that shit is the devil. It's just scary. It just changes the dynamic of it.
Give you one choice.
Yeah, it's like
you have one choice out of any given situation, and that's just the one you take. You don't I could do this, 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 or this. It's like I'm either doing
doing
this,
it or ditching
or,
it.
yeah, like
That's
there's
it.
one
at
or the
that
other.
moment in time.
Yeah.
There wasn't outside solutions. So I just was the cocaine Santa Claus of Coachella.
Fucking cocaine
And,
Santa Claus of Coachella.
And that's what's up.
I fuck with that. I fuck with that. You know what the fucking thing is like honestly, I don't even do coke. I've done coke like 3 times. It doesn't do anything to me. It doesn't. I have severe ADHD.
That's good.
All
then.
it fucking does
Don't
is
do drugs.
it's not fun. It just
Moral of this story: get sober.
Get
kids.
sober, dude. Mouth
Back to
drips
me
out.
handing out coke to the masses.
on the real though.
Get sober.
I feel like that's what I would do though. That's something I would do. Like just
I didn't
give
know
the-
what to do. I was
give
like,
the- I would like.
I don't like waste. Like if people are throwing away brand new napkins, I'm not cheap. I'm not taking them to like be a cheap ass. I'm taking them because I don't want an unused napkin to go to the trash can. I'll take it home and I'll actually use it.
Yeah.
I got t-shirt money. I got paper towels, but I'm just saying I don't want to go to waste. And that was my mentality. I don't want
you
this
don't want
coke
it
to go to waste.
It's still
so I'm gonna porta potty it up.
I think that if what I would have done, the first thing I would have done is if I was gonna keep it, I would have taken it all and put it in a different bag.
Yeah.
Because-
That's too much. So when you're on Molly, on
Yeah, no, that's what I'm
mushrooms,
saying.
just
That's what I'm
like,
saying.
Where do I get the bag? Oh my God, I'm literally dumping coke into a bigger bag and sitting Indian style in the middle of a field. Like this is shit. Like when you're on hallucinogen, that's
See,
bad.
this is why you don't do hallucinogens. See, I've never done acid because
Basically, just
too long.
go run a mile and drink some coffee
yeah, dude,
and
just
clean up your life.
Yeah, clean up your fucking life.
Well, thank you for being a guest on my podcast. This is Nathan Hurd. Find him
Absolutely,
at
dude.
Nate Hurd Comedy. I'll tag him up in this shit. He's fucking hilarious.
Oh,
Truly,
okay.
you're one of my favorite up and coming comics to watch.
Oh, thank you,
And
man.
you're
you
fucking
back
dope
at
as
you, man.
fuck,
I fucking
dude,
love. I love
and
watching Craig.
You crack me up.
Oh, dude, you crack me up.
I mean that with all my heart because when you submerge yourself in the comedy scene and watch it, usually you tune out comedy or walk out of the room. And when you're on stage, I walk into the room.
Oh, well, thank you, man. I do the same thing. There's very few people that I can. I mean, I love watching comedy, but I absolutely like people ask, who's your favorite comics, and now I just say my friends
Yeah.
because I just like watching them the most, and they're fucking fun, dude. Like when your friends are funny, it makes you feel so good because
It
you
does.
know how hard it is to be funny, and how much you don't laugh anymore, especially when you're doing it for like
it's so
years.
hard to laugh.
It's so hard.
It's so hard to laugh. It's our tolerance. It's like a drug addict. We built our tolerance. We just watch it every day, all day,
Yeah.
and we literally watch Chappelle and Bill Burr, and so like it's hard to laugh.
It's like a doctor who's been doing medicine for 20 years being impressed by another doctor doing like an appendectomy. You know what I mean?
You're
like something that's
motherfucker,
very-
I did
like,
two
I
this
did
morning.
2 this fucking morning. So yeah, but then when you see a motherfucker like kill it, it's
You're
like,
like,
oh,
damn.
dude, that's my dude.
Hey,
right there."
remember when we won't name names, but remember when that shit comic was doing shit comedy and I ran into the OR to watch it? I saw who was on stage. I went, and I ran out of the room.
Yeah, there was a comic on stage in the OR, and I saw Craig do this like skedaddle up to the OR.
I was excited to run in.
He
I
was
like,
so excited. He was excited. It was like an old man's boogaloo that he was trying to do to get in there. He hit the steps, went up 3 steps, turned right back around, and came back down. But there was no. It was all in one motion, and it was
like,
and it was so fucking funny.
And Nate knew.
I knew
He
exactly.
knew who was on stage. This guy bombs 10 out of 10 times.
He's
He was a room ruiner. You're like, oh shit, you ruined the room. It was how you gonna bomb in front of a hot crowd with your A shit?
He's one of those guys. He's one of those guys that we were talking about
Quit.
earlier.
Just quit.
Who is a nice guy, but also you kind of think like, do you understand what's happening on? Like,
I just want to kill him. Put him out of his misery.
I feel like there's certain people who do comedy who don't pay attention to the audience.
They're delusional.
Like I don't understand why that. I don't know. It's just me though. I'm so focused on the fucking crowd. Like, please don't hate me. You know?
Yeah, because usually people who are good at comedy are overcritical and will be like, damn, I could have done this, I could have done
Yeah.
that. In reality, we had a great set or we had a good set and we did fine. Nobody can fucking tell, but we're in our heads going, I could have done this, this, and that to get
Oh,
better.
dude.
These other motherfuckers are like, I had a great set. You're like, you got one laugh.
Yeah.
You got one laugh.
I
That was
never-
painful.
I never understand when people when I hear somebody, and I've said this to comics before because it was said to me, like the comics that you got to worry about are the ones that are constantly saying that they kill.
Oh yeah,
Because then they're like
fucking liars.
Well, it's not even that they're lying. They just have a substandard bar of what killing is. I've never killed on
Yeah.
stage.
No, you've killed.
No,
and I've killed.
I don't think I've killed. But here's the thing: what I see as killing is nothing short of a standing ovation. That to me is killing.
No,
If
but you
killing-
kill. I know when I've killed. He clicks and you feel it. I know when I do good. I
Yeah.
know when I did bad. I know when I got a passing grade, but I could have done better.
Yeah.
You've killed, bro.
I don't think I've ever killed.
You've killed.
I think I've done well, but I don't think I've ever had
No,
a 10.
that's just you being super critical.
I don't think I've ever had a 10 out of 10 set.
I think you have. I mean, okay, maybe not.
You know what I mean?
But
Like,
we've done 9 out of 10s.
I've done like
We've
3
done
or 4
8 out of
nines.
10s,
I've
9
done,
out of 10s.
I've hit some
and
nines.
I know just when I feel like,
I've seen-
oh, that was special.
I've seen Craig
It
fucking
clicked.
demolish rooms too.
It feels good.
It feels real. I've seen you kill big rooms. Like
Thanks.
kill.
Thanks.
Like, and I'm always like, that motherfucker.
What it's drug. I got killing and dodgeball. That's all I got. I got laughs and balls.
Laughs and balls.
That's all I got.
I
That's
get
all.
these
That's
little
my new
giggles.
drugs.
Hey man, it's a good drug. It's a good drug.
Don't do drugs, kid.
Don't do it.
Kids, kid. Just speaking of one kid. Don't poop your pants. But if you do, call it in. I got a phone number up on my community service podcast Instagram page. Call in your poo poo stories.
And no, and sharts are not pooping.
Kind of.
Nah, dude, no. Everybody sharts.
Not everybody. I asked
Really?
a lot of people, and they say they don't. I'm like, what's
They're
wrong with you?
they're liars. They're liars. If you've ever eaten at McDonald's, you've sharted. Okay, I don't fucking
They
care.
don't push when they fart. They don't live.
No, everybody's shart. No, you've never thrown a pair of underwear away. Liar. Everybody's sharted.
I throw a pair of underwear once a month. I'm running out of underwear.
I just buy new ones, dog.
Thank you. Listen, like, subscribe, do all that shit. And if you don't, then don't. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to make it. Fuck you. I love you all. Go buy a plant. There it is. We got Chris Lunn on the ones and twos. Thank you for listening. Have a good evening.